Hey, it's the Crypto Sniper here. Let's give you an update on the crypto markets technically as they set up. Okay, let's start straight away with a big B. Here she goes. This is what we've got. We've actually got a bull flag for B and of course Bitcoin. After the continuation and extension and the ongoing support at the 93s, you saw that once, twice, three times. It didn't roll over and failed. It kept coming marginally lower lows. We've covered this before. Eventual rally right the way up to the upper side of this capping, descending, broadening structure. And then it settled into a little bit of a flag. Yes, we had a bit of a jerky, scary sell-off. I say scary, it wasn't really scary. But there was still nearly $1 billion in liquidation. Super low vol just before the FOMC. Bang, fear. Slap down, liquidations, most of them long. How you were short and you got liquidated, I don't know. But hey, I don't know what people are actually doing. Maybe they shorted the bottom around here. But anyway, no leverage trades for us during this period because there were no clear-cut, obvious setups. We were scratching around and waiting for something to happen. Capping, descending, grind line over there. Overall, it feels like a flag. There you go. Bull pole over there and projection from the low up there. What's it pointing to? The number you want, 120K. That will take you some way away from the 100,000 level. But there's also another target around the 116. So it's kind of bullish talk here on Bitcoin. You know, I don't trust any crypto, by the way. I'm getting people on Twitter saying, you're a shill for XRP. How much are you paying them? It's like, they don't know who I even am. I'm afraid I'm that small and arb. Nobody pays us to say anything. We wouldn't take the money. The only thing we affiliate is only people we've done business with. So for buying your gold, pure gold in the UK, now that I brought it up, or ITM trading in the US of A, I use Simple FX. They gave me a link. I stick it in there. Don't know too much about them. I trade it and I use it, and I can use crypto to trade everything else. It's always worked, not been burnt, not met the owners, can't excessively vouch. It works for me because sometimes I want to use my crypto as collateral to do a simple traditional markets trade and vice versa. So, you know, you'll find those things below. Other than that, big projects don't pay us. People ask to shill actually all the time, but they shill for exchanges or some new token. We always say no. You know, I don't cover shitcoins, really low cap tokens. Outside of, we interviewed Richard Hart. Some people consider it low cap. Others say it should be in the top 15. You can make your own mind up about that. So here we are. This is Bitcoin overall. So this break here for us was actually a walkout of the bull flag. It's not a ripper. There's straight away you went into a return move. So let's keep our Koki in the jaw there. A little bit there, up and over, return move. This 103.75 we've highlighted before. What is it? It was resistance there. So I'm taking you back to show you where another pattern existed to explain away the 116. I've already given you the 120. So pretty bullish views for now on Bitcoin. But there's the usual big risks still hiding out there. You know, these all can be proven wrong if it doesn't get on its bike in due course. But I would say the bias is bull side at the moment. And that's broadly good news. So where did that 102.75 number come from and the 116? Well, we've got ourselves, let's go fat Koki. We've got ourselves this W here with the spiky right glute. And then you got your break and you got your return move. So you went pop up. That was also meeting the top side of the capping ascending grind lines. You then sold off back down. You came to 100K key round number. So we are supporting around the 100K above it. And we're pivoting around these two levels, the 102 and the 103. That 103 is kind of there where there was a mini head and shoulder that did perform. So lots of little fractals that went down to that level and you went lower still. Anyway, we're going back to the W bottom and there's the neckline. Let's redraw that again in a more orderly fashion. So in the blue, there you go again. That's where the 102.75 comes from, and that's the neckline. You can see it was also for a number of places. We like levels like this. Key reasons why. You top out in there and you got resisted. You got resisted there. You got resisted there. You got above it and you had a neckline very close to it to come back below it. You smashed it and you return move to it. This is telling me it's a key level. So this W bottom we're not going to look past. And this was your ultimate sell-off low that never got followed through. That was the 5th time. We knew by then that it wasn't going to do the head and shoulder. That was to the left. We warned that there was a risk of a head and shoulder. That doesn't mean we're being bearish. We're just saying there's a cloud. The sun might come out or it might rain, but this time there's a cloud. So we reported it. So there's the flag. After this, you've been pivoting around the 103.75 and you've actually been supporting largely at the 100. See the technical break on the spiller. It got you for the 90s. Nice little squeezy there. Just below, you guessed it, that 102.75. Wind up and you popped out of the bull flag structure. That's the capping descending grind line that you've set up here, which actually is a bullish pattern. You are squaring up a little bit here. So that could see then a little bit of a move to the upside to start that journey. This is the target, the 116. This is the target from the W bottom. And the flag is the target from up top here to 120. So, there's a level in and around 116 to 120 that we could run. You could actually have a pause here and pull back and stay down for a while before later moving up, or you could run them in both in short succession and then have a deeper pullback and chill for a while. I do feel at some point we're going to get a little bit of dollar coming back. We need to talk about the debt markets and some of those things a little bit that are traditional markets, but I know some of you go to sleep on that. We're trying to wake you up and to make you smart about what's going on in the rest of the world. It does damn well matter. And that's Bitcoin. I think I haven't got too much more to say on it. I think it works its way up. By the way, XRP, this is on the 30-minute. The community and I are watching for if that turns into a squeeze. So nice big impulse, and second one. And here we are. So it could come a little lower, by the way. It could break that. It could come and head towards the 3 again and still be valid. But it is bumping along this capping descending grind line in red. We're on a 30-minute time frame at the moment that I'm showing you. Let's take it up to the 4-hour, a more traditional time frame. So there you are. This could spill down. So, and same for Bitcoin. We could go down a little bit still. It doesn't have to go up, but there's a slight feeling of bull bias for me at the moment. That will, as I say, have something to do with the dollar. That can change if data changes. But there's a tendency to think, well, maybe they can't do too many, they can't start hiking rates too soon. There was a bit of an off number on the, what was it yesterday, the GDP quarter on quarter. Expected 2.7, came in 2.3. Not a good number. So, some softness is, they're lying with those stats so much, but when they have to tell you it's down, it's properly down. So we're watching this. This could turn into the moment where it squeezes and breaks up. You often get a flush out to the downside. Note how it's met our splitter on this broadening descending structure as a whole, with its capping descending red line, which is the one we think it gets beaten. So is this going to fractalize to break it now, or do you first roll over one more time and go? Like 100K, $3 has kind of become a bit of a thing for XRP. Broadly, you've been resisted there. You've dipped through it and you've got support, dipped through it and got support. This was the big filler, thriller, I should say, that came with the shock of FOMC, and you dipped quite deep there before snapping back. So you did trade through the 3 quite clearly there, but not for long by time duration. Even though you fell pretty low, you snapped back pretty quick. So we're staying above this level as well. So there's a number of interaction points. So do we test the 3 again and go down, maybe meet the splitter of the broadening, or are we ready to do that move over there? Well, if Bitcoin is squaring up and looking to start climbing its pole towards the 116 and 120s, I'd expect to start seeing XRP doing okay. Be a great time for a little bit of SEC clarity, especially as we'd probably expect it to be positive. Don't forget, The reason why we're talking about this one, the reason nutcases on Twitter are asking if anybody in XRP is paying me money to be positive, has got nothing to do with my wish to be paid by a token that is actively courting the central banks. The only difference I put between Bitcoin and them, I regularly say, is they've always said what they intended to do from the get-go. They've never pretended to be my friend. The central bankers are who they've courted. This is the structure. We were the one giving you the warning that you will get an impulsive move before it happened. Of course, everyone now has drawn this. After it's happened, there were one or two that might have drawn it before. Now there's 20 or 30 all saying this is going higher. Yes, it's really cool when you've already had the confirmation of a triggering event. Everyone's super confident. Now that's often time where you can actually get a little bit of a pullback. So, that's the reason why we're bullish. No reason before. We don't push XRP just for the sake of pushing XRP. All these monies. So gold is noble. Every other money is a derived concept and is immoral and likely for human distortion, derivative, hypothecation, all forms of things. You should have precious metals as real store of wealth. Everything else we trade to profit from. Guess what? Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, the Mag 7 all went and became trillion market caps without me investing in them. It would have been better for me if I'd been big in them. I told you they all stunk. I told you they were all part of the dark state. I told you they're doing the security. I found it hard to put the hold your nose trade on. I'm not missing the bus next time. XRP will go to $20 if it's meant to do so through our technical analysis, regardless of whether little old Francis is in it or not, and little old you as well. So decide, do you want to be pragmatic? This is what they intend to do. They will use their debt fake phony system to pump whatever they decide to pump, and that'll include doggy coin and every other useless, pointless, non-contributory to society meme that they create. And that's the pragmatic understanding of where the world is. It's not like I'm a shill for it or I've suddenly become a big fan. I've accepted where the world is going. I recognize that which I can affect, and I've recognized that which I'm unlikely to have any control over. And as a result, I've invested accordingly. And that's where we are. If it's going to go up, I'd sooner make the bucks and at least be a rich slave. Okay, so there's the moral lecture of how we stand. I want my community members to get rich. I don't think I can throw them under tanks' wheels in a bid to be martyrs to a system that has all the power, media, military, and the rule of law that they can bend however they want to crush anybody that truly is truth and libertarian. We are going to battle to stop this attack vector, I'm afraid. This story may well just damn well play out with us, whether we're in it, for it, against it, wherever we position. Live life. Get your life experience. Be full of integrity to every person that you meet. Be duplicitous with corporate structures that manipulate and are part of the attack vector on citizenry, particularly the oligarchs and statism, and be good to people and humans. XLM. Also, potentially setting up, it's got a little bit of the XRP vibes to it. It's Jed McCaleb. I'm sure all these guys, probably some role in the dark state, set up to be these genius techie, coin creators that are there to bring on this world we're stumbling into. This could go lower, by the way, and dig a bit deeper and still be good. I wouldn't want it to see the run of that. But this could also be setting up structure, which is why it's okay to start watching XRP. If it runs, this will follow and may follow to a higher beta and make a bigger target. It is XLM on the daily chart. So watching that one may take positions there for the upside as well. What else have we got over here? This was XRP versus Bitcoin. Actually, I see this looking a tiny bit soft. I see Bitcoin initially winning here. I think this could actually spill one more time to the downside before snapping back up. So I could see that even though we've broken out of this broadening structure, we've had a move up. We made a key level on Bitcoin that we've noted before. And since then we've gone down, and this is a bit of a nervy old ledge. These often resolve downside. Could be wrong, we'll see. Then it would need to be like a W bottom like that, could do that, but I'm not too sure. So I don't think XRP is about to run the next minute, but there could be something coming. Super low vol here. This is kind of a zone. This is kind of a heavy zone. Volume by price sits heavy through this zone here, which is roughly from the 2900s to the 3050. So that's where you are. 2950, 3050. That's the game. That's XRP versus a Bitcoin. But this could be a slowing down after real dominance from XRP, real dominance against Bitcoin. This has been a pullback period. This could be a low, a marginally lower low, and then a right shoulder, and then we go with a inverted head and shoulder, and we head up. So broadly in the more medium longer term, looking good for XRP against BTC. Possibly a bit more softness on the shorter term into this weekend and the first half of next week before it asserts, possibly. So that's the full wrap on XRP. Who else is possibly looking for some upside? Boy, we're dropping alpha here. We're literally giving you tradable tokens that you can trade right here, right now, coming soon, maybe later, kind of levels where you might be. LTC, amazingly, the most advanced ETF application is for Litecoin. My goodness, that's still a thing. They'll probably have some role with that. It's mini junior Bitcoin by essence. So if Bitcoin's going to have a dominance phase, this could actually kick on. And it's also not quite ready. You'll note how we're sitting with a number of things that are getting there but not quite ready. So for me, this tops out at some point. And then you have a little bit of a down, and then it's maybe a good collect round about here. I see quite a bit of volume by price here for the structure at this level. You can see there was a moment. That was a bit of a neckline restriction moment. There was quite a bit of trade action there. Of course, you crossed it there, and again was resistance for the rally there. So we've got the real volume by price running there. That might be a good pickup point and stop over there. If that's to be an RL2, you would be safer there, and of course even safer there. And then later, if it does the third impulse, remember that's what we're looking for, then we'll be good potentially to go. Having a guess as to where that one ends, let's just check it out. Where was our target? In and around. Show us where you are. It's not drawn it. Come on. It hasn't spoiled, you liar. Go there. Let's do that. And see what it gives us as a potential target. I think around 187. There's the line there. There you go. 187. 188. So that's kind of, if we pull back, this is a guess. Remember, it's a forecast. So buying there, stop there, and then you could trail that stop. If that does turn out to be a low, then you're at our HVF method stop point, and then you could indeed get 188. Think of all you're missing. The big one that we don't talk about on YouTube, that is even better than XRP. Yep, and is tradable and liquid and is in the top 25. That's right. All you need to do, book a call, click the link below, and decide if this community is for you. Let someone show it to you. There's no obligation. And we do 14 days money back, no questions asked. No questions asked. No questions at all. We don't want anyone who's a captive, by the way, all us. We're a community of the willing. Let's just leave it there. So that's kind of a little scenario cast on Litecoin, possibly with that ETF news giving you a little bit of a fundamental story. If it pulls back a little bit over the weekend, maybe that whole story heats up a little bit. Who else have we got? We got gold I wanted to talk to you about. Why talk to me about gold? This is a crypto channel, somebody said. Yes, well, the key thing is debt is failing. Debt is failing. The debt markets are failing. You can believe me now because Druckenmiller and Paul Tudor Jones have also said it recently. We said it 4 years before them, but let's not hold that against them. They needed some time to get their book set before they started talking their book. But even still, they lagged us some way. But you can trust them. They are big names. It's end of the reserve asset, the 40-year bull market that was manufactured after Volcker cleared out the Nixon debt by upping the interest rates and crushing the value of debt. The biggest understanding, and I hear really smart people in a lot of YouTubes all talking about the currency and the currency, like it's God market. Of course, currencies trade more than debt because people are flipping, all the reason there's global trade. But money is borrowed into existence. The system is a debt-based system. Big chunks of debt are the base of this pyramid, and when it crumbles, the whole pyramid crumbles, and it moves currency markets. In other words, for example, let's say the British pension crisis, they didn't have anybody who wanted to buy a pension fund's debt that they were trying to sell, and you had an entire pension crisis, and it then caused collateral damage to the pound. It was a debt-based crisis caused by a pension that needed to meet obligations and didn't have the cash, wasn't being paid sufficient yield. Their assets were diminishing because they were stuffed with debt. They actually had to sell some instead of staying on it and just paying out the interest and looking after all their pensioners out of the interest. They now were cash flow negative. They had to sell and nobody was buying. So, and they said, don't crash the market by chasing the bid stack down and saying, at any price. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that when you can't get out. They even put the Californian Teachers Association pension to borrow money against its debt rather than sell their debt in the US market for those Americans that think, that's just a UK goddamn problem. You see, those markets aren't as liquid as you see. You're not meant to sell. They're just saying it's valued here. That's the level you buy at. That's the level you sell at. It's all a mass psychosis game. Debt is getting ever more worthless. We have real inflation. By the way, tariffs are inflationary. There'll be guys saying, we've got our guy in control and he's going to tariff China. Good luck. Watch inflation absolutely spike. The Chinese aren't going to cut their margins because Trump wants to put a tariff on product that's going straight into Walmart. Watch it explode. He won't do anything major against China, and if he does, it's going to be to beat his own citizens up by putting inflation on their head. Nobody's going to make goods and cut their margins for you. They'll sell them somewhere else. Okay, you're a big buyer. They won't cut them far. They're not going to work for nothing. You're going to put that tariff on that good and charge it against your own citizens. Tariffs are an inflation war where you punish your own citizens while talking how you're showing that other country. They don't care. That's their price. They're selling it. You want to stick a margin on top of that? Good luck. Go and bang your own citizens' head against the headboard because you're gang raping them so goddamn hard. Watch the inflation. Watch everybody at the next election. Watch them riot in the streets. Okay? Watch the opposition suddenly have ammo. Even that Bolshevik Marxist Democrat opposition. Anyway, gold to the 2,900, which dovetails with the 2,897. So we've got two numbers here, 2,897, 2,898. So my suspicion is we may get a little bit of a slowing in gold. We've just run the second interim. We called it a long down here, by the way. You've been trotting non-stop. Hey, suddenly the mints of the UK need 8 weeks to fulfill orders. And they've sent the better part of 370 tons to which country? Yes, the country they've managed all along from the very beginning, pre-Paul Revere, born in masonry. You were never free. The virus was in you from an infant, my American friends. I'm sorry, the corporation, the US corporation, you were never born free. They just didn't actively on the front show that you were one of the colonies of Britain. You got your independence. You bundle some tea into the ocean. That'll show them. That'll show you won. There you go. You threw their tea into the... Sorry, guys. You've been sold a line. You've been sold a line. The corporation in the UK is sending gold to keep the Ponzi scheme going in the corporation of the US, where many people are suspicious about hypothecation. I'd imagine a lot of people are taking their money. Many people are buying. The billionaires and the centimillionaires. I don't think retail's buying. They don't have money. They're wrecked. The story about the economy being so goddamn good. Yes, we did part one on that story with Diary of a CEO, we showed that diagram. We ranted and raved about the 4 years of Democrats where the debt market collapsed from 2020 to 2024. That's right, more than 55%, major collapse, and the rates went exactly the opposite way. That was the Democrats. By the way, it was all caused by the Republicans and the Democrats before them. We're not particularly going to make a case for Republicans either. You are in a debt-based failure system. The Republicans waste the money on the military-industrial complex, and they get their boondoggles and bungs paid to them by the military, and the Democrats do it on the welfare state and the farmer and everything else. They all just millionaires at the cost of you, whilst they're on political salaries that are on much more than 100 grand. How did they get there? Ask yourself, how's Nancy Pelosi worth over $100 million? Why is she such a good indicator in the markets? Corruption, you know it, I know it, and they wanted you to know it, and they wanted to leak it so badly so that they manipulated you to vote for the other side. Success, you participated in the mass psychosis of believing that your vote really meant you're going to vote yourself freedom. Meanwhile, elongated muskiness, Trump are going to bring the biometric, the normalization of crypto, which is what we're actually talking about, and the digital prison. You've just got to determine what you're going to do with that, because the normies are going to keep showing up and they're going to keep voting. They'll make the other party so repugnant, so pedo, so everything, that they get you to go and vote. You keep giving them permission to pursue their agenda by participating in the electoral system. Good luck. Now we've got gold. The point being, when we get up here, I want to have alerts, because I fear that that's when the dollar dominance and a little bit of downside action might occur. Let's hope it takes a while to get there and not too quickly. Pull back, churn, because when gold taps out, it's likely the dollar may start to get strong. Listen, it can push through and have a blow-off moment and run through 3K even in one surge. But that is how things end if it were to do that as well. So be warned, be warned. At that point, dollar could come dominant. We could have another period of weakness in the overall crypto markets. Okay, so what have we shown you? We've shown you Litecoin in a setup. We've shown you XRP, BTC. We're not sure if this is bottoming. It's in a very important range. It could plumb a little lower. It could hold and turn. So we're not trying to put XRP ahead of BTC just yet. We think Lumen also has a bit to do before this is finished. And in fact, the second impulse could extend. It could go up and be complex and up and up and up and then come down. And that could be a lengthy second impulse before it goes for number 3. And then we break and run. So it's coming. It's coming. We can't tell you how long. Watch it. And we think XLM will do okay with a nice upside move. And we've given it, should we give you a little bit of a scenario cast? Why don't we? Let's do a scenario cast for XLM. Where might it go if it gets a bit of love honey from the gods? Let's see. We grab the indicator and we're going to do this. By the way, the draw tool also will be made available to you after a year, after you've done your manual draws, and you can start doing quick draws utilizing the TradingView draw tool on a license for as long as you are a member with us. So let's have a look at this and see if we can get it. We've got to refresh. It sometimes does that. You are a bastard and you piss me off. Thank you while I'm recording for doing that. Let's go back to XLM. There we go. And that would take you to around 80 cents. Where are you now? 41 cents. So a little bit of a move. Target could take you through the 80 cents in the direction of the 90 that's a 100% ish. You might be able to even get it a little bit less if it extends. We'll see. So there you go. We've given you a target, a potential target. Of course, it gets hardened as we get closer. And let's go back to the lower time frame for our XRP. It is in a continuation structure, which is looking for a breakout to the upside. And that's it there. That's our red line. And it is kind of getting a bit chill and very low vol. It's often, there we go. Thank you. My line showed up in the ends. I thought I had to draw them all over again. That was good of the computer to do that, don't you think so? A little bit of a late load. Okay, so we're wondering, wind up or do we visit 3 again? It's probably the same for Bitcoin. Will it keep going forward, or does it visit 102 or 103.75, that blue line? I think broadly it's looking and getting ready for a little push for new highs, but it's going to go up and over and come a bit down, wind up. I think it needs a little bit of energy. It's not got super energy just yet. I think it needs a little bit of a spark to get going. So we'll see. Okay, that's it. We gave you gold. We gave you a little bit of why gold going up is good. Potentially when the music might stop on any move. So we kind of would like to get to 116, 120 by the time gold gets to 2,900, and that could give us the upside move targets also for XRP and XLM. Get those squeezed in case dollar strength comes back with a mission. Okay, till next time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, the free newsletter is available in our mini course that will introduce the core elements of what we are showing you, how to take really, really tight risk and get blowout upside returns. That means you get losses quickly and it's over fast, but your winners are held for quite some time. That is the mark of successful trading, by the way. Long duration on winners, quickly taken losses. Most people do the opposite. They hang on to their losses because they don't want to take a loss. And they cull and cross-subsidize their winners early so that they can afford to continue to hold preciously the ones that are costing money. That's a bit like shooting all your handsome kids and keeping all the doofus ones, the special ones. Okay, no more daft analogies from me. I'm going to get into trouble for all my vile, vile words. I love you and leave you. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great time. And thanks for supporting us and taking us through on this channel, the 50K mark. Share with your friends. We aim to build wealth for you in reset times, trading and investing in the markets, not day trading, not jumping on screens and permanently burning your eyeballs to a thing. We take big time macro positions, typically medium time frame minimum, and we relax and live our lives, our best lives in the interim while we wait for the digital cage of surveillance money to be lowered down over us. We're going to be the happiest canary in the aviary, the captured birds of great color. That will be us. Until next time, catch you later.
Tired of profit wipeouts and blown accounts from following trade signal groups and other YouTube channels? Looking for a better way to trade, reduce your stress, and minimize your risk? Become a skilled technical analyst and see the charts and markets in a new light using the successfully proven HVF method by Francis Hunt, while being surrounded and supported by a principled, structured, and experienced community. Enjoy a constructive learning environment while practically trading markets, supported by a bespoke platform run through browser and app, specifically designed to teach and engage you whilst learning and growing as the markets move. This is not a Telegram or Slack signal group. All trade ideas are based on a proprietary technical analysis process honed over decades, which is the HVF method, leading to trade ideas with fast-moving breakouts and tight stops, exact entries and exits, nuanced interim considerations, and ultimately, strong rewards. Submissions are graded and scored by Francis for potential high-quality setups, and we provide bespoke tools to help get the job done properly and with precision. Over time and with focused effort, you'll begin to look at charts and price action just like Francis. Community updates every day by Francis and our 3 webinars a week provide a 360-degree approach, which are presented by our experienced team of trade leaders to spot potential trades. We're a community of self-actualized individuals, spanning the globe and active 24/7, 365. The premium community provides a warm, supportive, and cooperative place for people willing to listen, participate, contribute, and to learn. We've changed thousands of traders' lives. Transform your approach to trading now. Transform your life. Book an introductory call with us on the link below.